independent hoe, I'm all about my businesses. I consistently continue to bring energy and known to keep it popping like I'm full of electricity. Try to hold me out, I wish you would have the audacity. Take a reflexive, now I'm shitting on the industry. Self-made, not a title, cause it's my identity. And wear it on my skin like it's a part of my ethnicity. Mary keep on blowing like instruments in the symphony. They keep a player buzzing like Twitter when you mention me. Being 100's a everyday living tendency. And ain't faced by hating, it makes me increase my intensity.
Bring it back, YouTube world, what it do? What's good, everybody? How y'all feeling on this Tuesday? Spring is in the air. Good weather coming up in here, man. How everybody living? How everybody, Tony? You know, it's the one man, 4 styles and flavor of DFW Sports. Just a super fan from the DFW land, representing everything that you already know what we come in content. Y'all see the decor in the background. Y'all know how we come around here. We talk about everything DFW Sports. So jumping up into it. I was trying to do it live last night, but boy, we had one of them Monday migraines, boy. It was one of the worst. As you know, you have one of them pressures built up in, you know, in the front of your face, behind your eyes, boy. It was a rough one, but you know, I still stayed and I watched the Mavs and Spurs game last night, and it was everything what I say about the Dallas Mavericks, as they just continue to fight. And that's all you can really ask the players to do. They continue to fight coming up in here. So we're going to spend some time talking about the Dallas Mavericks recap over the San Antonio Spurs and how much it felt, you know, how good did it feel to see the Mavs win? Or if you're a person of the Mavericks, you know, if you're a Mavericks fan saying that they need to tank, they need to lose mostly every game that possibly they could, then I mean, you know, what is your take? What is your take on a lot of this that's going on? So just tell me. It's a poll. It's a poll that's sitting up in the chat. Will the Mavs make the playoffs? You know, go ahead and hit that one time. And before anything else, hit that like button. Go ahead and subscribe. Hit that notification chime for your boy one time. Follow me on X at Drewski Selfmade. Try to get some more things going up in here. It's just been a lot of busy things going in here trying to get things ready for baseball season, but it's been a whole bunch of sports stuff that's going on. So make sure you stay tuned to me later, because I'm going to give a recap of the Mavericks and Spurs game doing this live right here. We'll probably spend about 30 minutes, 35 minutes talking about that recap, as it is a good couple of videos from the post game from Jason Kidd and some of the players, as well as Tim McMahon ended up doing something with WFAA Channel 8 on the Dallas Mavericks. So I want to get into that as well. But coming around 8:15, I'm going to be dropping another live, and we're going to be talking about Cowboy Day 2 free agency as it's going on. I'm going to have the brothers join me, my big bro and, you know, big bro Will and my big bro Bug. We're going to have a round discussion on talking about the Cowboys. So stay tuned, stay locked. We'll have another live going, and we're going to strictly talk about Cowboys coming up in here. But let's check into yesterday's game for the Mavericks. As shorthanded as they were, 8-man rotation. They barely had the 8th guy. You know, for them to roll out and get any victory, I'm telling you, that is much props to what I keep saying. The players haven't quit. So if the players haven't quit, why should I quit on rooting for them? That's something I'm not going to do. I'm not going to do that. So until they quit, then all right. Now the question is, do you bring Anthony Davis back? Because it seems like Phoenix ain't really gonna, you know, take grasp of the situation and try to, you know, climb up there and take the 10th seed, or is Portland gonna do it? You really don't know. And it's just sitting up there for the Mavericks, where, you know what, you're still possibly gonna have a play-in. Do you play Anthony Davis if he's healthy? Now, I said from the jump, I think you should not do it. I don't think you should do it, but there's no telling what they might do. There is no telling what they will and what they might not do. But, hey, as far as what they can control now, I mean, a lot of people don't like Jason Kidd for their own right or wrong reasons. But for this team to still play throughout the amount of distractions that they've been playing through, you know, I understand that some people just are turned off by the Mavericks. You know, that's totally fine. Ain't ain't nobody, I'm very much past that. Like, bro, you feel how you want to feel, or Shawty, La Mama, you feel how you want to feel about the Mavericks. Either or, you do what you do. But hey, if you are still rooting for the Mavericks, but you're just wanting to be negative at every given turn, which, like I said, it was a dumb move. None of us would have made that move. I don't care what the situation is. None of us would have made that move. But unfortunately, we weren't there to make the move. They made the move. It's not about moving on, but it's about, okay, let's just control what we can control. So you spend your energy how you want to spend it. I'm not here to judge, or I'm not here to condone or condemn anything. But for the Mavericks, I condone that they keep playing hard. They keep scrapping. They keep fighting. They keep clawing away, making games interesting. And my biggest thing been with the Mavericks since they've been shorthanded. They done played hard, but against teams that have the more talent, they're more healthy, have the more bodies, they just wear the Mavericks down because they're in mostly all of these games. They just wear the Mavericks down and coming down to the fourth, like that Memphis game. You're in the game damn near the whole time, and then come down to that stretch, you just kind of fade away and they stars take over. That's really what's happening for the Dallas Mavericks. But yesterday's game was a perfect remedy, having the Spurs there, and you get back-to-back games. Mavericks shooting 53%. Both teams shot okay, decently, you know what I'm saying, going in there. Mavericks, they're going to shoot threes. Teams are going to kind of really pack the paint because they know we don't have the size. So if we miss the shot, that's like automatic rebound that they're getting. So I can understand why teams want to pack the paint and force you to hit shots. And that's what the Mavericks are just going to have to do. But give them credit in this game that actually they were basically +2 in the rebound category. So they rebounded San Antonio. Their assists, as you see, with 8 men, you still getting the 25 assists going up in there. So that's big noise, what you like to see right there. And look at the points in the paint. Yeah, they jacked up 38. And I've told you, the Mavericks are more of a complete balanced team when they're attacking. When they're not settling for the 3-point shots, jump shot, regardless. Even when we had Luka, when Luka gets down there and attack, and when he attacks and is able to get in that mid-range, that's what opened up his step back. The 3-point arc, that's what got him in rhythm. But it was more about being aggressive, taking it to him. But Mavericks ended up doing that free throw percentage. As you see, 30 free throws. It was a lot of fouls going in this game. The referees here lately, I did see a couple of the highlights because I want to check in on Luka. It's not like me checking in with the Lakers, but I'm looking like, bro, the refs out there tripping, bro. The refs have been out here tripping all season, to be real with you. They've been taking over games and kind of messing over the outcome. I got a vlog. I think when we played Phoenix back in the gap, I think we had Luka there. You know what I'm saying? I had that vlog going on, and that game went right down to the end, and it got messed over because of Tony Brothers. So that stuff be happening, bro. Real talk. That stuff be happening too many times. So I don't understand what's going on with the refs, but the Mavericks were, 90% from the free throw line, 27 to 30. Shoot. That's good focus. What's up, baby? What's up, as Celeste calling in? What's up, baby? You gonna go finish it? Yeah. Love you. Love you. Love you.
Come on. Daddy's live. Come on.
As she says, she can't say step back, but she'll still say go Mavs. You know what I'm saying? Say go Mavs. Go Mavs. She ain't trying to hit.
Come on,
Go ahead. Go ahead and scooch. Go ahead and scooch. Scooch.
Come on.
Man, like I said, me and her running around the house, step back. He can't even say it no more. She bring the little basketball up to me and be like, step back. Now he don't even get to say it no more. So trust me, I'm not one of these. I'm not saying get over it. Trust me, I'm hurt by it too. There's some things around the house that he has just not been able to do. You know what I'm saying? Ain't that right? Step back. Say step back. Step back. Oh, she don't want to say it now. She just want to be all in the mix, all in the videos, dancing. But no Diddy there. Absolutely not. But looking back at it, let me jump back to it. Points in the paint, 62 points in the paint. So they're attacking. You're hitting free throws. Bro, for an 8-man roster, you can't get mad at, I mean, you can be mad at the Mavericks front office, but if you're sitting here actually believing, wanting the team to tank, that's how you want to feel, that's fine. You can feel that way. But at the same time, bro, I respect that dudes are out there still respecting the game. You know what I'm saying? They are respecting the game, and they're not cheating the game. They still out there playing hard. 8 men out there, 8 dudes, and they still pull it off. Now, Spencer Dinwiddie, we finally had a him-witty night. We've been calling for a Spencer him-witty night, and he finally came through and gave you one. And it was more coming off the bench, but your man gave you 28 points. I mean, if you look at it, the rotation, everybody really contributed. Everybody contributed. What's up, Mr. Cowboy? What's good, bro? Hey, man, stay tuned a little bit later, about 8:15ish. I'm going to try to get the bros on here. We're going to talk about this Cowboy offseason coming here on the next live. So, stay tuned for that one. Appreciate you tuning in right now. Throwing back on the Mavs, bro. Look. Najee Marshall, he's been on a heater. He's been on a heater here lately. 23 points. Kelsler Edwards, stitched up, bandaged up, looking like he was in, one of them super middleweight fights or something like that. And, he done got stitched up and everything. Still gave you 22 points out here having it. Klay Thompson, his career high as a Dallas Maverick. Like, damn, it took this long into the season, but 26 points, you're like, bro, I told you, we really need 18 plus from you. 18 plus. I'd rather have 20, but 18 plus from you, we can do some things. We can really do some things. But like I said, Spencer Dinwiddie had a him-witty night as your man was 4 of 8 from the 3-point line. It really got what got his mojo going was he went to the rack, got the bucket, but he was fouled on the play. They didn't call it, and he really just turned around and yelled and won. Very demonstrative. Very, very, very animately. But he did that, and that caught him a technical. But after he caught that technical, bruh, he went off. He really turned the game right there. And like I said, Najee Marshall came to the rescue, and along with Kelsler Edwards, man, give Kelsler. If you could have had at least Brandon Williams in this game you probably could have walked away a little bit much more. You could have won a little bit much more. But the third quarter was really the all come out for the Dallas Mavericks. You come out in the third quarter and you put up 41 points. They came ready to play. They came out in that second half and didn't have no letdown. Like I said, it's not too much to get really up for the Dallas Mavericks. I understand. I get it. Ain't no Luka. They all hurt. They should be tanking. They only have one draft pick going all, from now all the way to what, 2030, 29 or something like that. 2030. Come on, bro. Like, you don't have a draft pick until then, and then you're trying to get out the American Airlines Center contract to build your new arena and all that. Man, bro, a lot of it is not making sense. But for the players, what is not making sense, how are y'all still playing hard and not letting the outside distract y'all? How are y'all letting this, y'all still going about y'all job? I understand you still get paid to do a job, but damn, bro, even all of us get paid to do a job and still have outside influences that still kind of shake our performances at times. So for them to go through something like this, bro, they haven't quit. They still kept going on there. So I got to give them much credit and got to give, just, bro, look, will they make the playoffs? I doubt it. I really seriously doubt it, just because they just don't have enough. If they're going to stay this hurt, then what is good? I mean, even if Anthony Davis was healthy to come back, are you just going to depend squarely on him without having a Lively or Gafford? Now, if you were to tell me you get Anthony Davis and Daniel Gafford, if you're able to get them two on the same time coming back, if they're healthy enough, even though there's not that many more games, which I don't think Anthony Davis is coming. I don't think none of them coming back. You might get one or two, but with as banged up as they are, they might have no choice but to play Anthony Davis. They might not have no choice. Or otherwise, they're just going to have to forfeit games. That's if you want them to tank. That is the best way for the Mavericks to go ahead and tank this season. Is basically they don't have enough bodies to basically play a basketball game. That is your best way. That is. It's your best way. Because otherwise they going to keep playing and they possibly going to mess around and win. It's not like the rest of their schedule is that difficult. You're going to have a lot of teams that are basically out of it, and they're trying to basically tank as well. So you got all that going. The Mavs might just be forced into a situation where they're going to have to play. Even if it's playing exit. Thank you. Thank you. She come again. Hey, baby. She said, gotta get a lock. I don't want to lock her out. You know what I'm saying? Lock her out. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to have to do something. But it's all good. You know, hey, man, you know, let your kids always have, you know, daytime. You know, if not, I don't want to holler and doing all that beating outside the door. So come let her look at it. But, I mean, you look at the Mavericks who didn't play. You got everything that's going. I mean, now look, Caleb Martin, I see what they like in him. Now, to me, it looked like he be trying to freelance a little bit too much. I will say that. It looked like he tried to freelance a little too much. But Spencer, bro, can you just keep coming with it, bro? Like, normally it's every 5 games. You went past the 5-game stretch. You had a little bit more trouble going up in there. So, come on, man. We got to have it. Look how many people there is, bro, just in the box score. Look, you see San Antonio, how they got a full everything. Hi, Celeste. That's Brett Favre. Or they call it Brett Favre. That's the answer. Come. Take that. Take that. No diddy. See, I hate that we come into a society that you got to say something and then be like, pause, or then, dang, you know what I'm saying? What's that all about? You know what I'm saying? You got to say all that. But I'm just looking at what's up, Celeste. You see how everybody has a lot of players up in here? Yeah, you see that? And you see how the Mavs don't have none? You see that? Bye. Is she gonna say hi? But yeah, you look at it, bro. This is all you have, bro. And look at the minutes. Bro. Boy, if this was like back in the gap where you had to put minutes on phone, bro, Mavs be in debt. And they're already in debt because you traded Luka Doncic, and a lot of businesses affected by it. I can see where people like they're gonna drain this out. They're not gonna make no profit. They're gonna have to sell the team. And I told y'all, if they sell the team, I just won't be watching basketball no more, because that's really the only reason I watch basketball. So, but you know, looking at all this that went on, bro, the Mavs are playing hard, and that's something I can't take away from them. I respect it. I respect that they respecting the game. So, you know, I ain't gonna be mad at them for that. I really like what they got going on as far as them just not quitting. I miss Cowboy. Like I said, you and my man Danny will try to get up, you know, get y'all all on there. Like I said, be tuned for the next one. I know you ready for some Cowboy talk. I know you ready to talk about what Catboy and them is, you know, doing. Trust me, we about to get to that. I'm going to have the brothers on live. We're going to have some fun things to talk about. But I had to just catch up from yesterday because last night, man, that migraine really hit me in the head like that. It really hurt yesterday. But we out of that now. I had to just double back and just give my thought and my take on what happened for yesterday's game, as I felt like I was going to go. But after that, let's go ahead and get into the post game where Jason Kidd was available along with some other players. He did have his talk on what he wanted, what he saw from the game, and basically what's just the dire situation of what's the Dallas Mavericks right now. So let's go ahead and jump in.
I have no idea.
When was the last time you played a game with 8 players?
The other night.
I had 9.
The other night.
Oh, the other night.
Yeah,
Okay.
we had 8, I think, or 7.
Okay. In the final minutes there, it was basically 7, right? because Caleb would be
Exum was done. Yeah. So he was done. Time
Mini
expired on him.
restriction.
So, but I thought the group again, Kessler, Edwards made some big free throws. Down the stretch. Spence was great. Clay was great.
They all
Marshall was
contribute.
great again. The 8 guys. I thought his minutes were good for us. I thought he made a big shot, and then I thought Dwight was good. So those 8 guys will have the day off tomorrow, and we'll do it again on Wednesday.
8 again, 8.
The whole bench was up. It was kind of nice, like to see.
Boy breathing hard in the mud when the mic fall.
It seemed like the spirit was really high.
That's how stressed this situation
I
and
think
job is.
the spirit has been high. I think the character of the group, we've competed. Maybe we've run out of gas, or we just missed shots in the fourth quarter. But the guys are competing at a high level, and
Everything what I've been saying, bro, like they have not quit, bro. They have every reason to quit, but they have not quit. They continue to play hard, and like I said, they're just finding ways to win, bro. They're just finding ways to win as the situation is, bro. Real talk.
Guys are trying to find a way to win, and again, great team effort tonight with the 8 guys. I'm hoping everybody comes out of this clean.
You guys are 8-3 in the second night of back-to-back style this season. Just what does that just say about this group?
Hear him breathing into that.
Yeah, well, and shorthanded, so this should count for 2. But I think when you look at just the makeup of this group, the group is going to fight, and they try to put their best foot forward. It's not where we always are going to look good or play well, but just try to find a way to win. And I thought the group did that today. You can see the spirit is high. It has been a minute since we won, but I think when you look at the games before this, our spirit has still been high. It's just been that fourth quarter that
fourth quarter, they don't have enough bodies. And they get tired. That's
no one's down. Guys come, they've been pros, and I give Clay a lot of credit for leading this group, being the vet to come to work and ready to play every night.
Coach Kessler is a guy who is he's kind of embracing that big man well to an extent. What's your thoughts on his performance tonight?
Yeah, he was great. I'd said Kessler was incredible, made big shots, rebounded the ball for us, and he is playing the center position. So he's doing a great job for us. And then also just being able to play off of Clay and other guys when he rolls and being able to finish.
Talking about Clay leading this group right now, I mean, just through all this that has happened this year, have you seen him just kind of stay the same and have a consistent approach?
Yeah. I think just his voice of understanding what it means to be a pro. It's not always going to go your way in this league, and so you have to continue to, do your routine, do your work, come to work with a positive attitude and energy, and put your best foot forward.
Control what you can
no
control.
One's guaranteed to win, and so you have to work for it. And he's done that. He's come to work every day, and he's been really positive with the group.
2 areas that have been real tough with these smaller lineups.
Hard in there.
Rebounding, points per paint.
It's a stressful job, man.
Handled both of those categories real well. How much of that was an emphasis going in?
Yeah, just understand we got to rebound the ball. Down the stretch, we had that. It was like it.
And that's
touched
hard to do
everyone's
when you're
hands
undersized and
ended
you got
up
8 players.
in the Spurs' hands, and they capitalized on it. But I thought our smalls, everyone's coming back to help each other. They're executing the game plan, and we're trying to keep the ball out of the paint. Understanding that we're small, and trying to defend. And the group is helping each other, and I think just the defense has been at a high, and guys are
Their
getting
energy
tired
has
of
been
run
there.
out of minutes due to the minute restriction. Thanks.
So I mean, bro, like I've been saying with the Mavericks, bro, you gotta give them kind of credit just because they haven't quit, they haven't folded, bro. They actually keep playing. Somehow everybody wants them to, go ahead and quit it and tank. But for some reason, they're not showing that right there. What's good, Big Mike? What's good? Switch for Real Basketball up in the building. Hey, man, make sure y'all check his channel out, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell one time. Hey, my man has great basketball content. As you know, if you're a Maverick fan, we was eating great off the Mavs content. But now with no Luka in the waist, things have been going, man, it's just everything. But you hear what Jason Kidd is basically saying, and this is everything what I'm been talking about. Is just, bro, the Mavericks, they're trying to control what they can control. They're in the middle of a situation where if they win, people are going to be mad. If they lose, people are going to be mad. It's just one of those situations. Look, just do what you practice hard and let the chips fall where they may. You know what I'm saying? That's just really where you got to be. And that's where the Mavericks, it seems like they have taken that message. They're only 8 players deep. All your bigs, your whole front court hurt. All your bigs are hurt. Now you get Dwight Powell back, who's doing something. You ain't got no choice but to have him out there. And as my man Big Mike says, Kessler Edwards been hooping. He been hooping. Like, for real, bro. Like, these guys are making it. Brandon Williams, come on, bro. Like, these dudes are actually coming out here playing like rent is due. Straight up. And I respect that. They respecting the game for that. You say, me and the brothers, we're going to have a great talk about Cap Boy and the rest of how this is going, bro. We're going to have a great laugh about that. I promise you. You know what I'm saying? So, depending on how this next video goes, like I said, I'm trying to get that next one in about 8:15ish. You know what I'm saying? Try to join in and get them in on what's going on. See if they'll be able to join me. But let me go to one more video, and this was Tim McMahon joining WFAA Channel 8 and talking about the state of the Mavs and everything that's going on. Let's see what his
ESPN's NBA reporter, and he's also got out a new book. He's literally now the man who wrote the book on Luka Doncic. We will get into the book here pretty soon, but first, we do want to get you caught up with what's going on in Maverickville now. And Tim, you were at the game today. In fact, you asked one of the questions that probably got the best response and was funniest to Jason Kidd, because after Dwight Powell and Kessler Edwards knock heads, literally, the Mavericks were down to seven healthy players. I know you've been covering that league for a long time. Have you ever, Tim, seen anything like this?
Joe, you've got to have 8 active to have a legal roster, okay? And by the way, we're down to 5. Brandon Williams, the guard on a two-way deal who had a career high last game, was in the starting lineup. He went out with hamstring tightness. Thank goodness for them that Kessler Edwards actually could come back. Big old bandage above his eye, but he could come back in because Caleb Martin, Dante Exum, they're on minutes restrictions. They hit those in the fourth quarter. So Kessler Edwards comes straight from the locker room, checks in at the scorer's table about midway through the fourth quarter, and Jason Kidd literally did not have an available sub other than that. Like you said, he looks down the bench. It's nothing but street clothes and guys in the back getting stitches. Dwight Powell did tell me that he would be able to play tomorrow night in San Antonio. That gets them back up to the league minimum 8. He kind of's got a little Herman Munster, Frankenstein type of vibe going on, though. He's got 7 stitches.
You talk about
right
being
across
battered.
the forehead.
Oh my God.
And that, 7 stitches across the forehead that's about how Mavericks fans, I imagine, are feeling right now.
If you told the story of what has happened to the Dallas Mavericks in the last month plus, if you wrote this story in a screenplay, producers everywhere would just throw it back in your face.
Bruh, hold on, time out. Remember, I was on here live it had to be after one of those games, and I straight up said, bro, you couldn't write a script. What the Mavericks have, what all this has transpired since February, you could not write this script and be like, bro, this, as much as this script is, ain't nobody gonna believe this. There's no way. You know what I'm saying? And I kept saying, everybody say the NBA is scripted. It has a script and everything. Well, I was like, why are the Mavericks getting this script? There's no way somebody wrote this script for the Mavericks and said this is going to be cool. There's no way. But I told you, bro, there's no way you could have wrote this and been like, this ain't never going to happen because it's so stupid. But yet, here we are.
Face and say, listen, you don't understand the league. That's not how it works. That's not how it goes. Is there anything in particular about this entire saga, Tim, that has really stuck out for you in terms of Man, I didn't have that on my bingo card.
Oh, it would probably start with the most shocking trade, maybe in pro sports history, certainly in NBA history. And you talk about things that don't happen. 25-year-old generational talents, fresh off leading their team to the finals after leading the league in scoring, don't get traded unless they have the proverbial gun to the head of the front office. And we all know that's not the case here. Luka Doncic, at this point, was happy to be in Dallas, looked forward to signing that Supermax contract. So you start with that. I've never seen in all of my days covering the NBA any trade that compares to this. Every other time that level of a superstar got traded, it's been because he demanded, or at the bare minimum, requested a trade. So, you start there. We've never seen anything like that.
No, I think you're right. That is where you start. But even then, after that, the dumb luck aspect of this whole thing, I mean, that's every bit as unprecedented as the trade. I mean, I just can't believe the way these dominoes have fallen one after another to put the Mavericks where they are now. And where they are now feels like a ship without a rudder. It feels like they're going nowhere. And I know that's overstating it a little bit. How do you see where they are right now, the state of the Mavericks?
Well, and look, it started literally Anthony Davis's debut with the Mavericks, and it was the entire AD storyline arc in a 31-minute span, where that first half he was as dominant as you can imagine a big man being, just doing everything. And then third quarter, he was hurt when the trade was made. The third quarter, it's essentially an aggravation of that injury. Says after the game, I don't think it's anything serious. Well, we haven't seen him in a Mavericks uniform since. It remains to be seen whether we see him in a Mavericks uniform this year. They were hoping to get him and Derek Lively back for the last 2 or 3 weeks of the regular season. I think at this point it's fair to ask, why would you do that? And look.
Why? Because they might mess around and still be in the play-in. That's probably why. And you saying, is it worth it? I mean, no, it's not worth it, but you mess around and get into a play-in spot and you still got 9 guys. Come on, you're going to have to do something. You're going to have to do something. Like I said, the Mavs might just be forced in the situation where I said it's going to go one or two ways. They either going to have to forfeit games because they don't have enough bodies, or they're just, they might be in a situation where it's still going to play out and they might still have a shot to be in the play-in. So what do? Do you bring the reinforcement back?
Kyrie Irving, I know the minutes police have been out there. And look, minutes are a concern for a reason, but that was a freak accident. He gets bumped and steps on Valanciunas' foot.
Facts.
Unfortunately, as soon as you saw the replay, like the best news you could hope for wasn't going to be good news, but a torn ACL is what it is. That's going to knock him out, obviously, the rest of this season, likely a chunk of next season. And this 3 to 4 year time frame that Nico Harrison talked to us about, creating where the Mavericks were in position to be potentially a contender during that span. Well, year one is out the window, and year two is certainly looking shaky.
Yeah, Jim, far be it for me to give more voice to some popular fan conspiracies here at this point, but for people that look at what's going on right now and just say the Mavs front office should admit this is a mistake and punt on the whole experiment altogether right now, to where that is the only game Anthony Davis plays in a Mavs uniform, what do you say to those people, or the people that think that's a good idea for a franchise that essentially tied themselves to however this thing plays out?
Well, one of the people saying that is Tim Bontemps on the Hoop Collective, the podcast that I'm on a regular basis. And listeners of that know you never want to be on Bontemps' side on anything. So that's the first place that I would start with.
Trying to be funny.
The other thing I would say, though, is
shit ain't funny, man.
This franchise pivoting into a rebuild with a trade of Anthony Davis almost certainly would be, like, that makes no sense. Not that trading Luka Doncic did, but building that contender around Luka Doncic successfully, I might add, the Mavericks gave up control of their first-round picks in 27, 28, 29, and 30. So you're going to pivot into a rebuild? You know who loves that? The Charlotte Hornets. They got your top 2 protected pick in 27. You know who really loves that? Your closest geographic rivals. OKC, unprotected swap in 28. The Rockets now have control of that 29 pick. And the San Antonio Spurs, from the Grant Williams sign and trade, might I add, the San Antonio Spurs have unprotected swap rights in 2030. So
what is you going to tank for? You stuck. Yeah, stuck. Being real, you're stuck. Nico, you're stuck. You're gonna have to try to ride this wave out. Hey, that was under their control and they did what they did. Now they gonna have to just, you lay in that bed.
Trade AD to go into a rebuild? Great. Your rivals love that idea.
Unbelievable. Thanks for breaking it down. That's great stuff. That's the way to do it, right? Just spell it out. Listen,
bro, you're going to get so many punches being a Maverick fan this year. I mean, a lot of people have sympathized with us and do all that, but it is what it is, bro. There's nothing too much that I can really say or go from here and just say like it's going to get any better. It's not going to get any better, bro. It's really not. The only thing it can get better is just the players going out there and controlling what they can control. So that's really all you can really focus on. Big Mike, what's good? What'd he say? Rebuilding now is bro, you don't have no assets to rebuild. Ain't no tanking, y'all. They're stuck. The Mavericks are stuck. That's where they're at. They're stuck. And like you said, tanking now don't do you no good. No good. Because as he say, the picks you done gave up, those teams are going to get a better pick. So you stuck. You stuck. That's where the trade don't make sense. Look, you're saying contend now. How are you going to contend now when you were already contending? That's where the trade don't make no sense. And like I said, if you needed to get Anthony Davis that bad, you should have got him in the offseason before trying to get Klay Thompson. That's my opinion, where you could have still kept Luka on top of that. But hey, now you need Klay to do his thing. But like you say, a rebuild, why? How are you going to – what are you going to rebuild with? Unless you just trade all your players. You're talking about trading Lively. The only way you're going to have to trade Lively, PJ, Anthony Davis, and probably some other people just to get a big haul of picks to come back. Just for that to come back. And even within, you're not in control of those picks. So, bro, the Mavericks, in my eyes, they're stuck. They're stuck, and the players, as of now, they're playing hard, and they're not quitting. They're making it, they're making it do what it's supposed to do. So I give the players, and like I said, at this point, if you're going to still stay in contention, why not try to go for it? Why not? Why not? Well, you risk hurting Anthony Davis even more, then he's not going to be no good for you. And then you can't even trade him. Look, y'all didn't like the trade. Y'all don't even want to embrace Anthony Davis anyway. So what are you tripping about? Like I said, I did say you had to let it see how it played. Unfortunately, we got to see 3/4 of how it played, and I think we can all agree if they're all healthy, the Mavericks is a totally different team. Y'all know this, but unfortunately, they're not healthy. They weren't healthy to start this season. They haven't been healthy in the middle of this season, and they're not going to be healthy coming to the back end of this season. But damn, they're at a point where they're close to damn near forfeiting games because they don't have enough bodies. So you're almost – it makes no sense to play Anthony Davis, but at this point, if you can play anybody that's healthy, you're stuck. You're going to probably have to do that. You're just probably going to have to do that, man. That's really what that is. That's really how it's going to be, and that's how it's going to go. I don't think they should play Anthony. I don't think they should play none of the big guys anymore. I think they should just rest and really get fully healthy because as you see with no Kyrie to start off the 25-26 season, I'm going to need y'all really full go. There can't be any hiccups with y'all. I'm going to need y'all full go, and I would rather bank on that than trying to, hey, we don't have no draft picks, but damn, bro, let's at least give ourselves a chance going into 25-26 season going forward. Because, like I said, you're not going to see Kyrie until 2026, and that will be after February. You'll be lucky to see him late February, but that'll be after February that you're looking at. So you're basically looking after the All-Star break. And, if you're a Maverick fan, you're going to have PTSD. You're going to have PTSD because every time the NBA trade deadline come around, it's going to be basically the reunion or is the anniversary of the Mavericks trading Luka Doncic. So the All-Star game was already turning to be a bad event. It's going to be even more bad for Maverick fans. Sorry to say. So, because it's just going to remind us what happened. And then people are going to say Kyrie is going to watch. There's going to be a whole bunch of articles. Kyrie is going to get traded and da-da-da-da-da-da. It's just going to be more things for the Mavericks just to have to make noise for. Will they go out and try to get Kevin Durant? The Suns said they won 3-1s. Man, you smoking dope if you think you're going to get 3-1s for. First of all, if that was the case, then the Mavericks are not in it. But then at the same time, I don't think no team is in it to give you up the 3-1s for Kevin Durant being at, 35, 36? Stop playing. So KD might just have to play the rest of that contract out in Phoenix, and I don't know. But the Mavericks maybe can they make another move? We'll see. Who can you get rid of? What can you do? So that's kind of how we got it going forward, man. Hey, bro, all they can do is control what they can control. That's all we can say, and that's all they can do. So with that, man, I'm glad that they beat an in-state rivalry, I-35 rivalry. Ain't nothing, much more than to beat your in-state rivalry. I knew you was coming, girl. Hey. Go ahead, baby. Go ahead. We about to close this one up. We about to close this one up. But like I said, bro, Mavericks keep battling, bro. I can't, you can be, disgusted with them or not, but if for a team that's only having 7-8 healthy bodies, they haven't got the memo that they need to be tanking, that they should quit like the, mostly rest of everybody else, fair or unfair, has done. So if you're going to respect the game, that's what I can respect about. They didn't respect Luka, so why respect what the Mavericks got going on? I feel y'all on that. Be where you at. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, I'm still tuned into the Mavericks because this is going to be probably the last little bit he got to enjoy of basketball season, as basketball season is basically going to come to a close for me, because we're going to be putting way much more energy and content into the Dallas Stars. Yeah, I'll bring y'all some hockey content. We'll try to go ahead and bring y'all some more stars. And I'm telling you, hit that like button, but damn sure subscribe to the channel if you're into baseball, because we're going to be bringing you a lot of Texas Ranger baseball content coming from you from the fan's perspective, from live games, live pre-games, live post-games, you know what I'm saying? We'll bring y'all all that type of content, vlogs, shorts, all that type of stuff. So, man, stay tuned. Keep it locked, man. And like I said, for everybody that's catching this on the playback, man, big salute to you. Hit that like button. Go ahead and drop a comment for the topic that topics talking about for the Dallas Mavericks. You like the content, what you see, don't hesitate to share it for your boy one time. So we trying to do all that. And like I said, follow me on X at Drewski Selfmade. We're going to keep the show going. Like I said, check over for me here in about the next, 10, 15 minutes. We're about to run another live. We're going to talk about some Dallas Cowboys off season. So I'll catch y'all on the next time. Y'all know what to do. Do everything with love, because love always wins. That's the law. I'm out, y'all.
Self-made, independent, ho, I'm all about my businesses. I consistently continue to bring energy and know that keep it popping like I'm full of electricity. Try to hold me out, I wish you would have the audacity. Take a reflexive, now I'm shitting on the industry. Self-made, not a title, cause it's my identity. And wear it on my skin like it's a part of my ethnicity. Mary keep on blowing like instruments in a symphony. They keep a player buzzing like Twitter when you mention me. Being 100's a everyday living tendency, and ain't faced by hating, it makes me increase my intensity.